It's the hottest dish in the streets. It's what everyone's talking about on Facebook,
Twitters and Facebooks and all that stuff.
It's time for Big Tigger's Trending Topics on V103.
Yes, sir. It's time for the Trending Topics, people. It's being brought to you by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. Let's start with things going on with some of your favorite folks, like the homie Chris Brown. His trial for misdemeanor assault is set to continue today in Washington, D.C. The embattled singer is accused of fighting a man outside of a hotel after the man reportedly photobombed the picture for which Chris was posing with two women. He was initially charged with the felony, but the count was reduced because there was apparently some question about who threw the first punch. Chris has pled not guilty. Last month, his probation was revoked because of the charge in D.C. At the time, he was not taken into custody because of the progress he's been making while in rehab for anger management. He's been ordered to spend 90 days in a treatment center to work on his anger issues. Ciara wishes the paparazzi and blogosphere people would work on their other issues. She wrote an open letter to all the bloggers and people out there saying, quote, "My question to people creating slander about people are, what stops you from thinking twice about trying to defame someone? What are you trying to gain? Words are powerful. You can say the wrong thing about someone, famous or not, on the wrong day, and that could cost them their life because they're at a weak point. Believe it or not, you should also be encouraging them. You could be also encouraging them to give up on their life or whatever the situation is when they shouldn't. Or what about a story that causes unnecessary drama stemming from a completely false information? It's just flat out wrong and sad. I say to myself, I thank God for making me strong because I've always been able to use the negativity as motivation, and it makes me stronger. I ain't mad at you. Lots of these reports just all over the place. That's why I say usually, supposedly, and allegedly. Well, allegedly, young Jeezy's facing charges after an alleged altercation with his son. According to documents obtained by TMZ, he was arrested on Friday on charges of battery, false imprisonment, and making terroristic threats. And you're like, Jeezy, who do you do all of that to? Apparently, it stems from a September 2012 incident in which Jeezy reportedly tossed his own son against a glass shower door. He's also accused of punching his son in the face and threatening to kill him. Jeezy allegedly told his son that he would, quote, "put a bullet in your head right now." The rapper turned himself in on Friday following a warrant issued for his arrest. He was later released on $45,000 bond. Jeezy says he did not brutalize his son or make terroristic threats against him and claims the whole thing was set up by his loathsome, greedy, gold-digging baby mama who got him arrested. They said he did indeed get into a nuclear argument with his son, his 17-year-old son, but it never really turned violent. We're told it started when Jeezy told the teenager he had turned into a punk kid with an attitude and he didn't want the kid staying in his house. That's kind of like a daddy's prerogative. Jeezy sources say he became belligerent and the two started screaming at each other. Jeezy claims he never hit, choked, or dragged his son, but admits he shoved him to the ground when his son got in his face. That's kind of like a daddy's prerogative. He said he did not say, "I will kill you," but he kind of said something to the effect of, "I brought you in this world, and I can take you out this world." My daddy would have been arrested about 11 times if that was something to get arrested for. So we'll keep our ear to the ground and let you know as this story develops. Just always wait to see what the real story is, okay? Okay. Thank you for tuning in and turning up to the Trending Topics. If you missed any part of this conversation, I suggest you head on over to v-103.com where you can not only listen to it in its entirety, you can see my "I brought you in this world and I take you out" face. More Big Ticket Show next on V103.